After all of these years, I have finally mustered up the courage to stand before you. I am one of the 11 million undocumented immigrants living in the shadows of the United States.
That's a high school valedictorian outing herself as an illegal immigrant and facing some backlash on social media. That student, who was attending Yale University in the fall on a scholarship, is just one of 65,000 undocumented high schoolers graduating this year. Here with the reaction is founder of the immigration activist group Define America, Jose Antonio Vargas, who was also admittedly here in this country illegally. Jose Antonio Vargas, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
This girl seems impressive. She's going to Yale. She's worked hard. Good for her. And yet I hope you can understand the reaction of people here legally who say, well, there are only so many spots in elite universities. And why should one go to someone who's breaking our law and not my child, A? And B, you can see why people might be offended that she's announcing this and basically giving the finger to the United States and saying, I flouted your law, I'm getting away with it, and there's nothing you can do.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's the message at all.
Really?
By the way, the organization that I founded is called Define American. And actually on Define American right now, if you go to the website, you're going to see that many undocumented people have been outing themselves for years. Have been basically saying, hey, I'm here illegally, I've been working here, I've been going to school here, like, we're all waiting for what Congress, right, wants to do. And, you know, I'm still here without papers, and my faith is tied to the Supreme Court decision later this month and what Congress wants to do. And you brought up the point.
Well, but wait a second. I mean, but it's not up to you to influence Congress because you're not an American. Only U.S. citizens have the right to do that. So if you went into a normal country and said, hey, I'm breaking your law, pal, I'm giving you the finger, there's nothing you can do about it, you'd be in jail. You'd be kicked out immediately. A real country would do that, wouldn't it?
Hold on one second. Putting up my finger? Like, that's not...
Sure.
I got here when I was 12. My mom sent me here. I went to school here, went to college here. I worked at the Washington Post. I've been paying taxes that I've been working here. I'm proud to pay taxes as I've been working here. But back to this young woman, by the way. There are 65,000 young people who graduate from high school every year who are here without documents. What do we want to do with these kids?
That's my
question. Like, what do we do with these kids?
That's a great question. I mean, we can debate what to do, but we can't debate the fact that they're here illegally. And don't you think, re-ask my initial question, that an American citizen who has children trying to get into schools might say, wait a second, why is someone who is an illegal alien getting a scholarship and getting a spot at that school and not my child? That's not bigotry. That's not hatred. That's a real question. And I think I'd like to hear you answer it.
Wait a second. That is a real question. That is an absolute real question. And I've been traveling all across this country in the past 5 years, and I've heard people ask that question. And my answer to that is, this kid, the answer is this kid, by the way, right? The answer is, first of all, I think this is something that we should have a conversation about. Like, what do we want to do with these kids? Now, is she taking away the spot of your kid? Now, that depends on the university. Now, Yale University decided that this kid is going to get through Yale, and Yale is going to support them. And, it's up to the presidents and the administration.
Yale gets tens of millions in taxpayer grants every year, as you know. There's no such thing as a private university. They're all funded by taxpayer dollars, and there's a finite number of spaces. I'm not attacking this girl. I'm merely saying, shouldn't we look out for American citizens first? That's a simple point.
Well, and I totally get that point. I absolutely get that point. And I think the American public, you know, is tired of the fact that we can't seem to come up with a solution to this issue. Right?
But American citizens get to make that choice, not you. You're not eligible to vote because you're not a citizen. Isn't it the right of American citizens to decide what to do with their own borders?
Well, but first of all, I'm from the Philippines, so the Mexican border has nothing to do with me. So, second of all, of course it's not up to me. I can't vote. I have no say in this. All I'm saying is, right, we are here. We've been going to school here. We work here. We buy our homes here. This is what we call our home. What do you want to do with us?
Well, the first thing I want to do is not be lectured and called racist because I want to preserve integrity of the border.
Wait a second. Did I call you racist?
Yeah, this girl said it was racist to have a border wall. It's like, really? Come to our country illegal and lecture me? Unfortunately, we're out of time. We're going to black. Jose Antonio Vargas, you're a brave man for coming on, and I appreciate your perspective. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for having me.